Pictures are the most important part of your listing. Most people will click through the first group of photos and decide if they're interested, and then they'll read your description. Airbnb knows this and they prioritize great pictures. I always barter with a photographer to be my first test guest so I can get those great shots. Before the photographer arrives, go through and take pictures with your cell phone and then look at those pictures and see if there's any like messy cords, toilet seats up, maybe the pillows need rearranging or refluffing. Sometimes it's harder to see that with just like the naked eye taking it all in. So by looking at it through your phone, even though you're not a professional, you can still spot those things that don't quite look right. You can really level up your photos by showing people how to use the space, how it will be enjoyed without having like full-on model shots. If you have a great fire pit, get a photo of marshmallows on sticks roasting over the fire. Maybe you have a great bathtub, put water in it and float flower petals on top. You could have an open book on the armrest of a great reading chair and like a pair of glasses there. When it comes to writing the captions of your photo, you want to do the same thing. Don't simply write deck with 5-person hot tub. Instead, try to describe how the space will be enjoyed. Like soak up the view while relaxing in the 5-person hot tub after a long day of hitting the slopes. I'm not a writer. You need to make sure that you have a picture of the street view of your house. That just helps tremendously when people arrive, and it helps orient the guest when they go to find your place. Help them get a better sense of the neighborhood you're in. Some other pictures to consider are a couple of area attractions or activities special to your location. If your place is great for spotting wildlife, include those pictures. Something else I find incredibly helpful is including a picture of your floor plan. We rented a big cabin for a family reunion in Bear Lake, Utah last year, and we had a ton of people staying. So being able to view the floor plan, we could figure out who was going to sleep where, not only based on where the beds were, which Airbnb does show you, but how the rooms were situated. So we could say, okay, we're going to put parents in the master. That's away from all the chaos and the people that want to stay up late. Or there's like a big theater downstairs. We can put the teenagers in there. Or this family has a newborn baby, so they need to be sleeping over here. On the opposite end of the spectrum, my places are really tiny, so I want to make sure that people know that before arriving, before they book. I had a little hand-drawn sketch of all my floor plans, and then I just discovered this really cool company called Sketchdwell that can transform your crappy little hand-drawn ones into a beautiful floor plan. Lead with your best photo. If you've got an insane bathroom, you can lead with that. The next 4 pictures should be your property's highlights, and then from there you can batch the photos by room. When you start getting reviews, what you want your guests to say is, it looked exactly like the pictures. If people are saying it's much bigger than the photos or much better than the photos, then you're not taking good photos and you don't know how many bookings you missed out on because people thought it looked too small or whatever. And vice versa. You don't want people thinking it's smaller than they thought it was either. You're really looking for the wording, it looked just like the pictures. That's how you'll know you're doing it great.